working and I was doing all this busy stuff, and I got to the correction and the correction was already holding. And I said, what's going on here? And what came up to me was like, oh, you're a bit tired today, Barry. We've taken over.
We've done it for you, thanks. Yeah.
And I was like, okay, and my ego's all like, hang on, like I had to be busy and had to check and put my arms and feet across.
Do the dance.
Do the dance and all that. And I realised then it was the biggest insight for me that why am I doing this? Is it for the clients sort of,
Exactly.
to prove that I'm doing something? Or could I just be and allow this to occur?
Do you think also, Barry, that sometimes we had all these mechanisms just to keep us as practitioners busy so that the real work could be done, and now it's become the focus rather than the distraction?
Part of the Sabotage Clearing is actually called the Returning Home series, and there's actually other programs associated with it. And I think you're right. I think it is about returning home to who we are and our own rightness, if you like, and taking ownership for ourselves. And when we started this, when I was doing this in '95, every now and then you might be lucky it might clear by itself, and it might be like 10% eventually got to where awareness would clear it without the need for correction. I find these days I'm probably up to 90% awareness.
Yeah.
The people's awareness is so much there that that's why I did that, and then we can do that. And I'm also finding these days there's less and less need to go into the story.
Yes.
Why did this happen? Let's dig it. Let's go through it.
It doesn't really matter, does it?
No.
Do you find?
And the curiosity factor there, like,
But that's that is just
that's all it is.
curiosity.
It's gossip.
It's not going to.
else.
It's. I'd rather clear 10 things in a session
That's right.
than dig deep in one.
Yep.
And so, well, we cleared one. Let's come back for the next 10 sessions.
Yeah.
And there was a fellow that I worked with from Hawaii over Skype last week, and we did one session with him, and his whole work changed within that week.
Fantastic.
His business has just taken off, and he puts it all down to the one session because we got to clear all the sabotages around it, not just one of them.
Nice.
And then by the time you get to the 10th one, he's probably sabotaged the first one again anyway. The other key aspect I find with muscle testing, it gets back to intent.
Yeah.
That I taught a business group of people how to do muscle testing, and they recognised really early that intent is everything. So you may find that when I'm working, you might have noticed that when I do work with you, every now and then I'm doing this because it's a habit.
Yes.
I actually don't teach finger modes anymore. I actually teach about being present with the person. And if you're present with the person, you're actually going to be even
I think
more
that's
accurate.
far more powerful.
So
I really do.
I do too.
Yep. And so what that means that we can get done today is this morning I want to go give you some more things to put in your toolbox. And then this afternoon we're really going to get stuck into the Sabotage Clearing component. And then we're going to start playing with some new stuff as well.
Fantastic.
So how's that sound?
Actually, it's gone, phew, I don't actually have to learn some more shit. I'm actually trust my intuition again.
Yeah, and if anything, this is really about de-learning. I mean, I'm going to give you some skills and some processes, and these are the steps. And then I'm almost going to say you don't need to use the steps. Just
I
trust what comes up.
understand that, and it's getting back to actually trusting myself again.
I mean, quite often, there's very few times these days, I did the scan charts book. And what I'm finding is I actually don't use it all that much these days because it's coming up for me anyway. This is a great starting point for finding out things in kinesiology, but it's coming up. Did let you know, since we're recording this, it is actually being translated, it's already been translated into Japanese.
Good.
So if you need a Japanese edition, there'll be one coming here. If you know Japanese, you can probably read it for me because I won't have any idea what it means.